Today, the Stormax were finally released into the Gear Hub for in-game currency. This is one of the most long-awaited updates of this entire year, and we're going to be covering it in this video. So here is all of the prices of the Stormax in the Gear Hub, as well as their respective tiers, so you can see which ones you have unlocked in the Gear Hub depending on your tier that you're in. There's actually 3 of these weapons that are now available for credits, which is the Stormax 6, 10, and 16. So what this means is that, of course, a lot of players are going to be purchasing those 3 weapons specifically and using them. So watch out for those. You're going to see them a lot more on a lot of players' builds because, of course, they're much more easily accessible than they were before this update. I don't think there's any debate that Stormax aren't a powerful weapon. They're easily the number 2 weapon in the game right now, second only to the Revokers, and Revokers aren't available in the Gear Hub for in-game currency, so the Stormax is most definitely the strongest weapon available in the Gear Hub. This means that they're a great option for any free-to-play player or any player in general, and now that they're way more accessible through the Gear Hub, you should definitely consider buying them. Here's a couple tips I have to use when you're playing with Stormax that will lead to more success. My first tip is to use the splash radius of Stormax so you can deal back damage to enemy mechs. If you purchase the Stormax from the Gear Hub, they come at 5 stars where they have a splash radius of 7.5 meters, which is already pretty large, and you can increase it even further with an implant. My second tip, which will help you win a lot more fights with Stormax, is to prioritize the high ground. When you're firing down an enemy mech from the high ground with Stormax, it's way easier to hit consistent back damage shots. This also applies to other radius-based weapons such as missile racks, VRPG, and the previous disc launchers. My third tip is to remember that while Stormax are really powerful, you can't be super aggressive with them. Revokers are easily the most aggressive weapon in the game, and that's what makes them the number 1. But Stormax do actually have an 11-second reload, which is extremely long for any weapon. So when you're using Stormax, just be careful of your cooldown and don't play too aggressive, otherwise you might get your mech destroyed. Unless you have the legendary Stormax reload implant. Now, as I mentioned earlier, Stormax have a very long reload time, which is 11 seconds. But with this legendary reload implant, you can reduce that all the way down to 5.5 seconds. Normally, legendary reload implants reduce reload by up to 30% at level 6, but for some reason, Plarium decided that the legendary Stormax reload implant would reduce the reload by up to 50% at level 6. There's also an epic Stormax reload implant, but it reduces the reload by the normal 23% at max level. So for some reason, the devs decided they just wanted to buff the legendary Stormax reload implant. So it's critical that you guys try to get your hands on one of these 2 implants, preferably the legendary one. The legendary one is available in the implant shop and it will cost 3,100 A-coins, so if you ever see it there, it's probably worth picking up. So yeah, those are the tips I have for you guys when using Stormax. Again, they are now available in the Gear Hub for in-game currency, so go try them out. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like the video if you enjoyed, subscribe if you want to see more content like this. You can also become a channel member if you really want to help support the channel. And yes, I'm still a little bit sick today, so that's why my voice might have sounded a little bit weird. But again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.